Hey YouTubers, it's me, Zipster. Well, I went to the movies last night, and I'd like to do a little review. I went to see Evil Dead, and let me start off by saying, thank-you. It's one of those movies, you know what's gonna happen, Okay, I'm gonna make a long story short. This girl invites her two friends and her brother and his girlfriend off for a detox weekend, because I guess she's a junkie or something like that. So, of course, where do they go? To a little cabin in the woods. I don't understand why those teenagers don't ever go to the Jersey Shore or Atlantic City or Epcot Center or something. No, they always have to go to a little cabin in the woods. The movie starts out in the basement of this wherever with this girl tied to a pillar being lit on fire by her father to release her from eternal hellfire or whatever. Oh, and did I mention there are dead cats hanging all over from the ceiling? I mean, like a whole bunch of dead cats. It's like walking the walk-in cooler of a Chinese restaurant. That's how many dead cats. So, okay, she burns up, burning flesh, melting flesh, all that stuff you've seen it before. Quick fade to today. Okay, here comes this junkie and her friends to this little cabin in the woods. Then a little bit later comes her brother and his girlfriend, who nobody had ever met before, and all hell starts. They're sitting in the living room, and one of the people says, "Ooh, what is that terrible stink? What is that terrible stink?" So they go spooking around. Turns out that the basement of the cabin is where all the dead cats are and where the girl got lit on fire. But anyway, okay, they go down and they find all the dead cats, and it's really creepy. And then the nerdy hippie guy finds this book that's all wrapped up in barbed wire. Okay, so he takes it upstairs. Of course, you can't just let, dead spirits lie. Takes it upstairs, cuts the barbed wire off, and it's some kind of Book of the Dead written all in a language that they couldn't understand, but somebody had translated parts of it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so as it turns out, the girl who is coming off her detox, she's freaking out, and she decides to go for a walk in the woods. Of course, what else would she do? She goes for a walk in the woods, and of course, some monkey demon comes down from the sky or wherever and starts chasing her, and she gets tangled up in trees like Snow White or something, and then all of a sudden she is entered by the demon, who enters, may I say, by slipping up her hoo-ha. You get what I'm saying? And and it's a whole big demon going up her hoo-ha, and for a minute she looks like she's kind of liking it, and I'm like, wow, this is really pervy. But then you could tell that, yeah, it's probably a bigger thing than she ever had up her hoo-ha before. So, okay, she immediately starts, what's the word, she turns into, like a monkey demon kind of person, and she's all creepy, and, her flesh is all rotty and stuff like that. So she goes back to the cabin, and one by one, of course, she's gonna, turn everybody else into a demon. She starts out with one of her friends. Okay, great. She went pretty quick. She got demonized, and she went in the bathroom to take a shower, and the demon took over her, and she broke a mirror, and she cut half of her face off with a piece of glass. Lots of fun. So the next one to get it is this poor girl who's the girlfriend of the brother who nobody ever met before. She gets bit in the hand by the junkie, okay? So, okay, now she hasn't said a word through the whole goddamn movie. This bitch did not have a single line. All of a sudden, as soon as the demon bites her, she is talking, she's like Chatty Cathy. She won't shut up. So you can see the demon, it's like crawling up her arm, and she's like freaking out, and her arm's twitching around. And so she decides that she's gonna cut off her arm. Okay, where do you get this? Now, we all saw it, everybody in the movie knows it, everybody in the movie theater knew it, we all saw it when they first got there. There is a chainsaw in the shed outside of the cabin. But no, does she use the chainsaw to cut off her arm? No. She finds a sunbeam electric knife. I swear to God. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever used a sunbeam electric knife, but it takes about a half hour to carve up a turkey, a cooked one. And believe me when I say they do not cut through bone. Well, somehow this girl managed to get her whole arm, bone and all, separated in about 10 seconds. Okay, so you figure she's good, and she's gone for a while. And then she comes back to life, and she starts shooting a nail gun at people's faces, and it's so convoluted I can't even begin to tell you.
Anyway, I don't even know what happened. I slept for half of it, and then I woke up at the end, and everybody's dead except who's still alive. The first girl, the junkie, who was the first one who was demonized, all of a sudden she's alive, but her arm got pulled off because a car fell. I don't know what the hell happened, but I was so glad it was over, and fortunately it's only 91 minutes, so yeah, you don't have to sit there forever.
But I definitely suggest you don't see it unless if you really got an hour and a half to just blow, and somebody else is paying for your ticket. Otherwise, Yeah, 2 thumbs down on that one. Okay, I'll talk to you again real soon. Thank you. Evil Dead.